Happy Monday and welcome to Off the Sticks, episode 11. Got a few things to talk about today. Smash Summit 7, Bobby Big Balls in the ban, 4 Bs there. Canada Cup, we both had some adventures this weekend. We're going to recap and stay tuned at the very end because we have an especially spicy debate about peanut butter. But before all that, a word from our sponsor.
Brandshot is a new on-the-go breakfast delivery system for when you don't have time to slow down in the morning. Keep your momentum strong as Brandshot's healthy grain and bran mixture is injected directly into your skeletal muscle, keeping you strong and satisfied for the busy day ahead. Brandshot. For breakfast, let's get to the point.
What's bran?
You know what bran is? Is like grains.
Just solid?
Yeah.
And they put it in the skeleton?
Yeah, you put it, it's like in your arm or your leg or something.
And it goes in and it works, right?
Yeah, and you get energy. I had one today earlier and it hurts. I'm not gonna lie.
That was cool. They should call it brand gear.
I don't think they should call it that.
So,
Ooh.
how's it going, guys?
All right.
Hectic weekend for both of us.
So hectic.
I was at
Ludwig
TwitchCon
Anders.
this past weekend. Being the professional streamer I was, no longer am. It's all done now, actually. I'm no longer professional.
You're done?
Yeah, it's over. I went there and I saw everyone else and I was like, oh, I'm actually not the fastest growing. They found out.
Who is?
Apparently there's like a really long list and they came up to me and immediately, it was the first thing I got there and there's just a guy, I was trying to go to I cut the badge line and I was like, Ludwig TwitchCon, fastest growing Twitch streamer. And he's like, no, you're not. No, like, I was like, yes, I am. And then he gave me a list of 4,300 names who are faster growing, who started their channel this week. So either way, good weekend for me.
Oh my God.
You had the house to yourself, though.
Call to arms. I did. I had the house to myself. Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, we'll get into that later. We're going to get into our adventures that we had away from each other, honestly. We don't spend a lot of weekends away from each other these days, but, you know, sometimes we do.
And that's kind of what strengthens relationships.
Yeah, the time away that you spend, it makes the heart grow fond.
And we have Smash Summit 7 to talk about, because a few things happened with that.
It was last week.
Yeah.
But Smash Summit 7 was pretty crazy.
Okay.
Okay, for one, Rishi, DK main, extraordinarily.
What?
Swedish Delight.
Oh, is that what that is?
Gets into Smash Summit 7. How about that shit, gamers?
I thought he just put 2 words together. I actually didn't realize it was a real thing.
I don't know if it is. This is the first thing that came up when I Googled the words besides him.
It looks like someone
was
just
that
fucked
cake.
up a pie.
Well, maybe that's what he's about.
It looks like Rachel's like 7-layer cake from Friends where she put beef in it with jelly.
She did that?
Yeah.
I didn't see the episode. This sounds disgusting.
Well, she'll catch up. Either way, yeah, there's some exciting entries to the Smash Summit.
Or entrees.
It's cool because like the best people seem to get in.
Well, yeah.
On the last one, at least.
So this one, Bobby Big Balls, whose name we're allowed to say, but I believe we're still not allowed to show him on stream.
Yeah,
which we
he's
won't.
super banned on Twitch.
He was banned for a week, is what he told me.
Actually, insanely banned.
Well, I mean,
Like as banned as you get.
well, yeah. I mean, it's only you're either banned or you're not, right?
Yeah, but like
But when you're banned, like you can't like you're
the Jay Cutler with a large ball.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
You're like not allowed to be on the platform.
Yeah.
Like your voice, your visage, all that shit.
No,
So
it's actually like a huge problem sometimes because people are banned, and like Ice Poseidon like showed up to some conventions, and like Twitch staff was warning people, it's like you can't have him on your stream. It's like, well, he's at the convention.
it's like, what are you supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's hard. So unfortunately, yeah, he's like, get out of there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Bobby was not present. He lost the vote to get into Smash Summit by like I think around 1,000 to 2,000 votes.
Yeah.
And it
Which
was
is
like,
actually a pretty wide margin. That's like $500-600, right? It's 2 votes for
well,
$1.
I feel like it's like a very small margin in like kind of spirit
because they were all
numbers.
at 50K numbers.
Yeah, right.
That makes sense.
So it's like,
makes sense.
so he barely isn't getting. So let's go through his campaign because he is honestly the most interesting person that compared to everyone else that sort of made it a run, right? Like
Yeah.
he's
Not many people knew about him before the campaign.
Bobby Big Balls, who's that guy, right?
Yeah.
He goes through the campaign. He has some dirt on his name.
Yes, definitely said some things that he shouldn't have said.
Said some things he shouldn't have said. Boom.
Hurt some people he shouldn't have hurt.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, got called out for it pretty early and apologized pretty early.
Do you think that it helped or hurt his campaign, being called out early? Is all publicity good publicity?
Yeah, I can't. I think so, probably.
Because some people were like, I just want to vote Bobby, just fuck piss people off.
Yeah.
It's like fucking 2016.
Yeah.
Not that Bobby's Trump or anything like that, Christ. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
people were like, she just riles people up. Like, I'm just gonna vote just to trigger everybody.
So
and even Bobby's like, I don't like that. I don't fucking fuck with that either. So it's like,
Mango and Alex were talking about it, how him being banned on Twitch might have buffed him, and I actually super agree with that.
well, that's the thing. Did it buff him except in the final hour when he needed it?
Yeah, kind of.
You think?
If he had Westball speak on his behalf,
Yes.
I think he might have sealed it.
I think he would have sealed it too. And
Or whoever the special guest was.
So, I heard that Westballs was going to be speaking on Bobby's behalf.
Yeah.
And I said, that's a gamble.
Gamble how?
Because he didn't wake up for his own goddamn spirit bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
now that you bring it up, I actually forgot about that.
So it's like,
Yeah, okay.
so it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, that's like,
You're banking on him waking up for you?
You got a 4-outer, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you got one card to come. I hope you hit it. I hope you hit your gut shot, Bobby.
4.5%. Did not hit it.
It was 8%.
No, it's not.
A 4-outer's 8%.
Oh, you said 4-outer?
Yeah.
It's like 9%. It was 9. Closer to 9 than 8. Either way, yeah, he flubbed it. But I thought the whole thing was interesting. What I thought was super interesting was the whole thing where people called him out early and he apologized for it.
Yeah, and it's also like it had people asking like, oh, you're just apologizing because like you have to, right?
And I was
it's like-
thinking about that, and I was like, even if he's only apologizing because he wants summit votes, and he only changes because he wants summit votes, isn't that still good? It's like means to an end.
Do the ends justify the means is
Yeah.
the question, right? I don't know. I don't know. It's a question of how do you measure and judge someone's actual intentions without being that person.
Yeah.
And so you have to like follow clues like, okay, well, he's summit voting and then he apologized, so it obviously must be that. It's like, and at a certain point you start just believing what you want to believe, which is what the people who wanted to trigger SJWs and then the people who didn't believe.
SJ-dubs.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's It's like
Hey,
these
wait.
two camps.
I stand with you guys.
Oh, come on.
I'm
Relax.
kidding. No, I actually.
But you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like no matter, I for one am on the side of like, you shouldn't call people that, right? Or
Hot take?
slurs in general.
Yeah,
Hot
wow.
take. Sorry, guys.
Okay, you
like,
got to rein it back.
At the end of the day, I feel like everyone's just trying to, the ultimately, and this goes beyond Bobby and shit like that, but it's like Twitter and the whole system becomes like just kind of a mirror that you look into and you want to see what you want to see,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know how to fix that, really.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Twitter's going to remove the like button. Maybe that'll do it.
Maybe that'll fuck.
We'll just talk so much on the site now.
Just like, all right, you guys are done.
We're not liking anything. We're just talking.
How am I going to get honest DMs from Nick Yingling?
Yeah.
That's my question.
You got to retweet for honest DMs.
I don't want to do that.
I don't either, but he's never. I actually liked 4 of the past ones, and he's never DM'd me. He also did this thing on Instagram where he said, "Leave me an emoji, and I will reply a song that makes me think of you." And I did one, and he didn't answer, and I put another emoji. Okay, I put the outline of a face emoji, the Facebook face emoji. And
silhouette.
I never got a DM.
That's
Nick.
so
never got a
fucked
DM.
up. Why would he do that to you?
I want a fucking DM, Nick.
But yeah,
I was just gonna wrap up my point.
Go ahead.
About Nick Yingling. I want my fucking DM, man. I want it. And I want it to be honest. And I want a song.
You want what you're entitled to. I paid for the honest DM on the Smash GG compendium.
Did
for
you get one?
Runback. Yeah. I've gotten like 3 honest DMs from Nick Yingling.
Matt, the biggest scam of all time, Honest DM never does it. You paid for it, $20 or something.
I have the Nick Yingling shirt. I'm actually I think I'm the biggest Nick Yingling fan.
Yeah, outside of Nick Yingling himself.
Yeah. I'm not subbed to him on Twitch, so fuck that.
Then
but
Donner is.
In general, though, about Twitter and all that shit, it's like, I'm even a victim to it because what I want to see is someone who is like kind of like a young kid and says some dumb shit and fucks up and then is like wants to change, right? I want to believe that, so I just do. And it's like my guess is almost as good as everyone else's.
It's all speculation. Doesn't matter. Time will tell. And honestly, if he changes, like super awesome. And if his only motive originally was just for summit votes, doesn't matter in my opinion. As long as he actually does change and shows promise.
Yeah, we can't tell right now.
Yeah. But we can't tell right now. Time will tell.
But either way, no, don't put anime titties on your string.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Look at him.
You look at them.
That's fine.
That's encouraged.
And super side note, I want to talk about this a little later, but I watched Madoka, which is an anime series, 12 episodes long, super good. But literally the intro trailer is 2 naked anime girls who are literally canonically in 8th grade, just swimming in the air. And all I have to say is the song's a banger.
Why'd you watch it?
Because I was highly recommended by Scar and Toph.
Scar and Toph are recommending anime with naked children. More at 11.
And our next subject, Canada Cup.
Wait, is it? Smash Summit, do we have anything else to say about that? Rishi's going. I want to see his Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Swedish Delight's going. Beep-a-doop. He's a really cool guy, but probably the most boring player I've ever thought of in my entire life.
Sucks to be a spacey.
Yeah, it definitely
At
does.
Smash Summit.
But yeah, that's pretty much wrapped up. Hey, maybe Bobby makes another run. Maybe he gets some PR wins under his belt. But yeah, Smash Summit coming up in 2 weeks, and holy shit, we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Stuff to do.
Yeah.
In the house.
You ready to deal poker?
I am super ready to deal poker.
All right.
I'm practiced.
Two to call. No string bets, please. No string bets.
You actually can't raise on the first one. It's a bet. I'm going to do that every time. People always make the mistake on the first round after everyone gets their cards. You can't raise because there's never been a bet.
After the blind,
You can't raise the blind. You have
it's
to
an
bet.
open, yeah.
Yeah. So whenever they say
You're just
raise,
going to be correcting people?
I'm going to shove the chips back and I'm going to say, sir, that's a bet.
If they do string bets, you have to crack down. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Push forward and then.
Yeah. Announce your bet.
Verbal over.
Mango.
Verbal's binding. Verbal's binding.
That's right. It's tournament poker, baby.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's gonna be crazy. I'm super excited for all of Summit, Mario Party, everything. I think it's gonna be super.
But
hype.
if no one knew, Ludwig is helping us out at BTS with the summit. He's doing some work, so stay tuned. He has a chest hole, but most of it's gonna be shirtless.
I'm gonna be shirtless. Doish. I'm not going to the gym in 3 weeks.
Canada Cup, it is.
Literally 190 pounds. Heavier than I've ever been. Super self-conscious.
Disgusting.
Canada Cup. Yes. Talk about it.
So yeah, basically.
What is that? Blockchain technology.
So this is Duck and his sponsor, and then this is a Mountie.
That's not a Mountie.
That's a mounted.
That's Michael Bublé.
Yeah, he's dressed as a Mountie.
Okay.
And so this that's what cops are.
Did you know that was Michael Bublé?
In Canada? I did until later on I looked at it again. But I just grabbed a Mountie image, which came up. It was the first one.
Fair enough. Okay, so Michael Bublé, and that's supposed to be H-Box?
This is Duck.
No, okay, okay, that makes sense. Now who's this?
That's a Mountie.
Yeah, but, okay.
Because it's in Canada.
Oh, that's it. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
I thought, okay,
That's what the cops are like in Canada. They ride horses. Anyway, so Duck, the reason why he's on here is he 3-0'd H-Box, if you didn't see. He had a really cool missile to charge shot combo on Jigglypuff, which is pretty hard to do. And then he got thoroughly swept, I believe, in the reset of Grand Finals.
3-0.
And that's how it goes sometimes. Bringing us back around to the conspiracy corner, he won, throws for the drama.
I saw this. This was an EE Visu tweet, the phenomenal EE. He tweeted in response, and he said, low key or something like that, I believe that Hungrybox threw the match so that people would pity him and believe the matchup was like more heavily in Sams's favor.
I don't think it's that nefarious. I just think he likes the idea of putting on a show.
The greatest thespian to ever live.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? And maybe I am finally coming around to that very second episode or whatever it was that we had. But like, I don't think H-Box did it out of like nefariousness. He's just like, hey, it's gonna be a wash.
Yeah.
Let me give the people what they need.
So that's definitely one possibility, and I will corroborate it with the fact that he did have a very his celebratory tweet where he had like a picture of the trophy, which was really small in his hand. He was like, haven't lost to Samus in 6 years.
He is crafting a
Don't
narrative.
crush me.
This whole time. He is like, I swear to God, if this happens, if this is the story, I will be the one who had called it.
He is the master hand of the Melee community, where he is controlling so many things you don't even know.
I don't think he's, no.
He's the master hand.
He's just controlling his own, well, kind of, yeah.
He's the master hand.
Yeah.
He picked up Duck, and he said, here, winners finals. Uh-oh, grands. And then he said, reset, you lose. Master hand style.
That's crazy. If that might be the case. Either way. So Canada Cup, also to be fair, it was like apparently, reportedly, really poorly run. The FGC side, like Street Fighter didn't get streamed, DBZ didn't. It was like
I also
setups.
follow Leffen on Twitter.
I also follow Leffen on Twitter and Hook and God. Okay.
Yeah, I heard some reports that it was ran a little slow. They had like 170 entrants for both events, but for some reason, top 8 for Melee and DBFZ happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Probably shouldn't have happened that way, but
it was like a convention center, and I guess they haven't worked with them before, and there was like capacity issues and all this wild shit.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. For once, on the other side of like event organization and management and producing, I felt sympathy for the people, or I think the guy, I forget his name, but that like organized it.
Yeah.
I was like, he is having the worst day of his life right now.
I felt a little sympathy too, even when I, super aside, at TwitchCon, they have like a Twitch partner party on Saturday night. And we went, and they were max capacity. We got there, and the minute they got there, they closed the line. They said, sorry, we are full. And I'm sitting there with Atrioc, who worked at Twitch, and I'm like, Atrioc, do something. He's like,
help, you had a wrench once.
And he texts someone he knows. We wait there for 5 minutes, and then Pokimane rolls up. Also gets the hard reject. No
way.
No. She was standing outside, waiting to get in.
How do you do that?
Like the rest of the commoners. I'm sure she got in like after 30 more seconds we had left to take an Uber. But the fact that it was an immediate, here's your red carpet, ma'am.
That's crazy.
Is bonkers. I guess, capacity limit. You can't fuck with it. That's
it's
the
fire
department.
code. Yeah, it's federal law.
It tops even Ninja in social status.
No, I think Ninja gets to go where the fuck he wants. Even fire codes be damned. I bet you.
No.
Yeah.
The fire marshal
he
does
just goes
not
up and he
stop for
flosses,
no one.
and then they
Well,
let
if
him
he
in.
flosses, that's a different story, because that means he takes up less space. He can be so narrow.
Moves in between people.
Thin.
Yeah.
Yes, and back to the Canada Cup. I wanted to argue the opposite side.
Well, I know it sucks for people in general, and I totally understand that.
No, not even for that.
Either way, I'm saying that guy's had a shit day and everyone else had a shit time. It's like, man, just pick it up next time, I guess.
Yeah, he wanted people to have a good time, for sure. That was.
Yeah, so.
There was no part of him that did not want him to have everyone have a good time.
Yeah.
I was going to say about Hungry Box. If we rein that back in, Conspiracy Corner. There is a tweet from Rishi from March 28th, 2018, I believe. Either way, it's in March, and I think he retweeted himself or someone else retweeted it, that said like things to come in 2019, and one of the things, 2019, one of the things on the list was the Samus Puff matchup. Like things that'll, your paradigm will be shifted on, or something like that.
That's fucked
and Rishi
up.
called it.
And Rishi's from Florida, so.
Is he?
No.
Oh, so
I thought he was, and immediately when I said that, I remembered that he wasn't.
Yeah. Okay, don't know why you thought that. It's super wrong, very incorrect,
My bad.
factually wrong.
My bad on that.
Conspiracy, he is from Florida.
Secretly a citizen.
So yeah, that's the opposite side, is that maybe Rishi and all the top players know something we don't. Maybe it actually is good.
Pulling the strings.
I remember playing Duck at EVO 2017, and I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I took the first stock. It was 4 stocks to 4, and then it became 4 stocks to 3.
Wow, did you rest?
I did not. I took it fair and square.
Wow.
I just beat him in neutral over and over and over.
Was it streamed?
It was streamed. You can actually watch it. It's live on. There's literally a VOD you can look up. And then right after I take
I
that
just
stock,
assumed you said no.
I quit
wasn't
out.
Even listening.
I quit out of the match,
Why?
and I walk off, and I say I was up.
That's the way. Yeah, you just Flintstones that.
Yeah. So maybe the matchup's not as bad as we thought.
It's true. Also, Canada Cup, the venue is apparently there are stories, right? Everyone was on Twitter talking about it. But there was another thing that happened, and there's a tweet that I found while trolling and sort of, what do you call it? scanning the archives of Canada Cup.
Flipping through.
And if, Zipper, you want to show that one, people at EGLX Canada Cup do not leave your drinks unattended. One of my friends reportedly had acid slipped into his water, and he has been hospitalized.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean acid slipped into his drink?
Someone's dosing people out here in the north.
Who casually drops acid?
A gamer,
What
I guess.
a weird
I don't know.
thing to drop.
Yeah. It's like, I don't even know. If this is true, that's bananas.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because you're ruining someone's day. And what, do you want to watch them the whole time?
What's the goal? Is it just super malicious, or is it like, man, everyone has to trip on acid once?
I think it's Agent of Chaos type of stuff. But
spreading the joy of this high.
I've never heard of this happening.
No.
One time in high school, my friend James tricked another kid named Cody, and they were smoking weed. And Cody said, hey, I need eye drops because we were going back to school.
Yeah.
And I can't have red eyes. I'll get in trouble.
You were their only contact high.
I was big blowing bones. And so, yeah, Slime used to get down. Don't worry about it.
Contact high.
And James, he hands him some Visine, and he said, here you go. And then Cody put it in his eyes. And then James said, that was acid in there, Cody. I gave you acid, bro. You're going to be tripping so hard pretty soon. Cody starts freaking out. He's like, I can't handle that. I got to go back I got stuff to do today. And he was like, I don't want to do that. And he was like, let him flounder in the air for 10 minutes. And he was
There's no way it was acid.
It wasn't.
You would be able to immediately tell, I feel like.
He was fucking with him. But some people have been, that I knew, put, that's how they took it. They took the acid.
Oh.
So it was a thing. But anyway, even just thinking that you took LSD is very scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Listening to that story terrified the actual shit out of me.
Would you rather drink, if I, say that Soylent, if I had dosed it with LSD, would you rather know and drink it? Would you rather know and drink it, or would you have not know and drink it? What would you rather?
I'd rather
be ready?
100%. Are you kidding me?
You'd rather know?
Yes, 100%. Or else I'd be so freaking out. Why am I feeling this type of way? Because drugs make you feel different.
I don't do drugs anymore, but I would rather not know.
They'd make you feel
that would
different.
be very exciting.
I've every time that I've ever smoked weed or
say goodbye to your mayoral run
or chewed cannabis.
Oh,
I've always liked knowing.
Oh.
So,
well,
there's several times I've done it.
Anyway, that's Canada Cup. Basically, the melee. I'm gonna be honest. I had a big weekend at home, and you had a big weekend, so we really didn't tune in for much besides the grand finals.
Yeah, I know. Hacks beat someone impressive. Don't remember. Then he got double eliminated by Moki.
Go
None
Hacks.
got third place.
Rip Moki, by the way. He dragged up the rear of the voting. So.
Yeah. Still did really well. He was doing well in melee, right? He's on a map. He's popping on radars.
Let's go,
Moki. And that's enough about Canada Cup. We did have a busy weekend, so we couldn't watch it. And we'd like to share with you guys what we were doing this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And let's start with me. I was, of course, at TwitchCon doing a lot of things. TwitchCon has a lot to offer, but what took up a big chunk of my time was fighting against Atrioc.
What am I looking at here?
Now, this is...
Is this Guitar Hero?
No, this is from Guts on Nickelodeon.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
The Crag.
He's so cute.
Yeah, so this whole weekend, me and Atrioc have been just fighting in every way you could imagine. Me being the older brother and he being my younger brother, he kept trying to fight against me.
Right.
And so we did a $100 melee money match, won it. But at TwitchCon specifically, there was these giant inflatable courses. And there's a video on my Twitter, we were running up them and ripping each other off. To the point where, and I'm not even joking, on one of the obstacle courses, on our third try of it, because he won the first one, I won the second one, we were running up and he was just holding onto my leg when I was at the top of it. I was right here, I was leading. He was held onto my leg with an iron grip and he wouldn't let go and I couldn't lift his massive weight.
Oh, I thought he was a tiny man.
And I started peeing myself.
What?
I legitimately started peeing myself.
You pissed yourself at TwitchCon?
I pissed myself at TwitchCon, at the TwitchCon party. I literally pissed myself, and I said, stop, I'm pissing myself. And then he let go, but then I fell because the urine was weighing me down.
Right.
And then he got to the top of the slide, and then this is a huge debate that I want settled right now.
Wait a minute. The urine was the same weight because it was in your balls.
No, because then it's stored in the pants, and it makes the pants heavier.
But it was still the same weight. Okay, go ahead. It's the same. In fact, you might have lost some urine and became lighter.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, the urine dragged me down, and he got to the top of the slide first, and I need everyone in chat and you to answer this. This is basically an up, down, straight, up, down course. He got to the last up, this is where I peed myself.
Okay.
And then he went down before me. I scurried up as fast as I could. He got to the bottom of the slide before me. I dove down the slide, and I tapped the ground after the slide before him.
Okay.
As verified by Nick.
Okay.
Who won?
If you tapped the ground, I think you win, right?
Yes.
I mean, the goal was to get to the end of the course.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know.
No, you said it. I won. You heard it here first, Atriarch. That's $10 at Pussy Slayer 69. That brings your total to $100 for the weekend. Thank you so much for playing.
100 and 110.
Lock it.
Wow.
100 flat.
Well, okay.
Wow.
I'll
take it.
Well done.
I'll take
done.
it. So that was the first thing. That was a big part of my weekend. And as you just called it, next slide there, Zipper. I am the winner now.
Okay.
I figured you'd root for me.
I love how you just bet that I would say yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I just figured.
Maybe now I don't believe your story.
Why?
Because you just tricked me into seeing
I just knew
your
you would
side.
see the truth.
All right. Look, Atriarch calls me El Raton, which is Spanish for the rat.
Yeah.
Because I used to sleep in a closet in a house, and I eat canned food out of the can.
Cold.
I don't heat it up. And so he calls me the rat, which I think is hilarious. Mm-hmm. And I am that sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm on your side.
You just wanted to tell people that you were called El Raton.
Because we're friends.
Yeah.
And El Raton never forget toes.
You should have said forget. Oh, yeah, right. You're right. Either way, I think everyone in chat's probably agreeing with you right now, saying, yeah, Ludwig probably won. He's just a better athlete, even though he pisses his pants, which is kind of weird to do.
I mean, you were in it to win it.
Yeah, I was.
Come piss or high water? Hell or high piss?
Yes, hell or high piss, I like that. So that was the first thing I did. And that was the most tame thing I did. The next thing, things got a little bit crazy here. There was a strike at the Marriott.
Oh my God. What?
And I spent all of my Saturday, I joined in.
Oh, wow.
That's right, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. There's strikes on Marriotts all across the country. This was the one right next to the venue. I'm there. Can we get a zoom in, enhanced? There it is.
Oh, wow. So
of course, I don't work at the Marriott, so I don't really care about the whole job thing as much.
So you went in there.
Yeah.
You hit the line.
I hit the line. I whipped up my sign, and I said, "Consider tier 2."
Yeah.
And I marched around for the whole entire day.
You must have been exhausted.
We had chants for me too.
What's that?
We had chants.
What was your chant?
Don't just rub it, tier 2 and sub it.
Oh, so you're telling people, when you watch me, don't just masturbate. Please give me $5 additional.
Well, it wasn't my idea, it was Joseph's, so.
Oh, right there?
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
He streams too, yeah?
Big streamer, especially now that he doesn't have a job. Actually,
Speed
really
running,
depressing because all of them are not working and getting paid for all this, but.
Wow.
I stand strong with my Marriott coworkers.
Well, I'm glad you hopped in, right? I'm glad you took up a cause, right? Because that isn't exploitative of an opportunity at all.
No. I feel like what I did was nice.
Yeah.
I think. And the last thing that I did at TwitchCon, and this is the thing I'm most proud of, Slime.
Oh, there's the zoom in, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Here's the zoom in. Slime.
I
think she's the one.
Oh, girl. This one warms my heart.
She's the one, Slime.
She's the one?
I swear to God, I met her and our conversation just flowed.
What'd you guys talk about?
I said, hey, I like your stream. And she said, thanks. And we took a picture and I left.
And I see you hover handing over here. Were you just not?
Well.
Were you not? Why are you gripping like that.
You know what? Okay.
Behind her.
Well, I was a little nervous.
Weird.
Okay.
It's like a claw.
Wow. Okay. It doesn't.
Looks like you're holding a flashlight.
I wish you didn't point it out. It was pretty discreet. It should have been. Either way, it was a really good time, and we hit it off. And now I got her Twitch username.
Oh, really?
I had it, but.
So you know that she's Amaranth.
Yes.
Okay.
Amaranth. So hopefully, mod's coming.
That's well. Everyone knows her username.
But she gave it to me.
She gave it to you?
Yeah, she was like, "Hi, I'm Amaranth."
Well, I don't think I think she was more. That's like her tag, and that's what she's called. Like that's her name.
Well, it was kind of like I'll be you be me. I'll be Amaranth.
Hey, what's up? I'm a big fan. I like you a lot.
I'm Amaranth. Nice to meet you.
And then you shook hands? She did that? She did all this to your hands? That's a huge sign, bro. That's a huge sign.
15 seconds she held it like that.
She held your hand for 15 seconds and just rubbed it? Your palm?
Yeah.
That's huge.
I'm not making that up. That really happened. So I'm banking, maybe a few more months and she'll give me mod.
Okay.
And who knows?
And then after you get mod, you
meet, maybe hit it off. See where things go.
You go to SeaWorld, you get some dinner.
Casual. Oh. Casual, Zipper.
Wow.
Jesus.
Zipper, relax.
But maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, and this is, this is one of the best ASMR streamers out there. So
the best streamer out there. You put a qualifier that.
You're right, and I shouldn't have done that.
You shouldn't do that, so don't do it.
Well, I'm so glad you met her, man.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Ship it, Lamaranth.
Lamaranth?
Lamaranth.
Ludlanth.
Lamaranth Anders Ogren Gaming.
.org.
Amaranth Anders Ogren Gaming.org. AAA. AAA.
That's huge.
Meet us.
Anyway, weddings in 2020, so if you want to go, start being nice to Ludwig.
So that was my TwitchCon, a pretty fantastic cherry on the cake, if you will. But I know you probably had a even more exciting weekend home alone.
Exciting's a big word, but I just had a great time. Sometimes you get to decompress, you get to do a lot of stuff, and so
oh wow,
I just wanted to basically here it is. Like here is Slime's home vacation.
Okay.
And I'm really excited. So this is the first thing I did. I had to do a lot of chores, right? So I basically got the bounce out. Hanging out with you guys is really hard, right? Because we have a lot of fun in the house, but sometimes you just got to get stuff done, right? And so this was me just buckling down and getting some clothes in the dryer. I had to do my laundry. I did some cleaning.
There's nothing in there.
Well, I had to see it's kind of in there because this was my pillowcases.
Okay.
So I had to put it there in the back. So yeah, and that was I didn't clean the sink. In the washer and dryer room, I should have cleaned that, but I didn't clean it. But
And you have your Nick Yingling shirt on.
And I have my Nick Yingling shirt.
Just your Nick Yingling shirt.
Yeah, it's my favorite shirt.
Yeah, and just your Nick.
It's my favorite shirt that I have.
Well.
And so after this, right? I decide something I don't do a lot. We made a joke earlier that I ate, cold beans out of a can. That, may be true, maybe not. But I decided to cook, right? Oh, and so I got, this is me putting a roast in the oven, and I'm making something that's very, very particular, right? And so I had to chop the potatoes, and I got the pork loin in there, and. Yeah, it was just a great meal, and
So you cut up the potatoes and you put them in there, and you preheated that oven before.
Well, you have to, right?
Yeah.
That's the cooking,
So this is a hot oven.
Seasoned it, yeah, it's very hot, and yeah, so it's I don't get to cook a lot, right? And so this was really cool for me to be able to do, and I got some leftovers at home. You guys totally welcome to have some, and
I see you're just wearing your Nick Yingling shirt.
And I have my Nick Yingling shirt. I mean, you get to wear what you want when you
just your
hang out in the house.
Nick Yingling shirt.
So after that, the problem was that I put a little too much extra ingredients in the food. So what happened is I had to actually
That's my bathroom.
So I had to take a kind of a big dump, right? And this is kind of like, this is raw slime, right? This is like me living my life.
This is my bathtub.
Yeah, so I had to do it in the bathtub because there wasn't really, I was afraid of like clogging and like doing a whole mess in my bathroom.
Why?
So I went in yours,
Yeah,
and I used the bathtub because it's so big. You have a really big bathtub.
You went into my room.
Well, this is your bathroom.
But it's connected to my room that you have to go through to get to the bathroom.
And so this is your bathtub, and I had to just go in there.
And you're wearing just, don't tell me
well,
you're not just wearing your, I sit there to brush my teeth every day.
you sit right there?
Literally right next to the sink,
Well, you might want to clean it now, but because I didn't really have time to clean it, so.
Why do I have to clean it?
What?
You weren't just wearing your Nick Yingling shirt, right?
Yeah, I was wearing my Nick Yingling shirt.
That's your favorite shirt.
Yeah.
You're wearing your favorite.
So after that, I decided, you know, I'm cleansed of all like my, you know, bodily matter, right? And so I decided, let's hit the online, right?
Okay.
And so this is your streaming setup.
This is my streaming setup.
I hope you don't mind that I used it, but so I was.
Yeah, I mind.
Yeah, and so I turned on, I logged on to my own Twitch, and I just had a great streaming session. You know, I gotta say, Ludwig, you got a great thing going on there with that
What's below
setup.
the mic?
Well,
Why is the mic so low?
well, I was just, it was low because like I have a lot of bass in my voice, right? And so it's like when you use your diaphragm, right, you speak from the bottom of your voice, and so that was kind of what I was doing. And so yeah, I played I speed ran a little bit, and I just did some really fun stuff. And I gotta say, you got a great thing going on. I'm happy to be a part of, you know, your.
Is this the end of the trip?
No, I got one more.
No.
I got one more.
No.
And so finally, long day, right?
No.
I'm pooped.
No,
I gotta
you're
say
not.
it. So
You already pooped. You can't be pooped.
I'm super tired. I had a long stream day. It was like 4 hours
You're
straight.
tuckered out. Go to your own bed, Slime.
And so
You're tuckered out. Go to your own bed, Slime.
I relaxed.
Slime,
You know?
no.
And so
Slime. What the fuck?
So I just had a really nice night.
There's no way you're wearing anything underneath.
And fell asleep. And one of the most comfortable beds I've ever seen.
Slime.
And so,
What's my bed?
That was great. And so that's pretty much my entire
I have to sleep there
weekend
tonight.
adventure, right? And I gotta say, I was sad that you were gone, but hey, maybe you can leave a couple more times in the year.
Go fuck yourself.
So, yeah, you got a huge bed, man. It's so nice in there. I had a great time.
And next up, we are rating tags.
So, this is it. This is our final tag rating, and it is volume 4. It's been a long road. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it's finally coming to an end. We got our last 9 tags coming up, and yeah, we're just going to we're going to run these
A bunch of
through.
people have been asking on every platform possible if they can get their tag rated. And the answer is nope, you missed out.
Yeah, unfortunately, sorry.
Not even sorry, you just missed it. Beta's closed.
You're not sorry.
Better luck next year.
Yeah. But so the first one we got, let's start ripping through them. This is the last one. This is Rate My Tag, Volume 4. 4 figures, I was only 4.
Run it. This is actually also something we could do in the future because actually it is going really well. So maybe we'll reopen at some point in the deep future.
At Pussy Slayer 69. No, at Gucci Lanyard.
At Gucci Slayer 69. Dark
Gen X.
Gen X?
Gen X.
Definitely Gen X.
It's bad. Here's why. It doesn't really mean anything, but it's also like, it's kind of like Dark Atma. I think this is just as bad as Dark Atma, and I think putting Dark in front of your tag is just actually kind of a bad play.
I kind of don't mind Dark Atma as much because...
What does Atma mean?
I don't know, but I just like the follow-up of Atma from like a K, like cat, like
yeah,
Dark
but
Atma.
it's still like, what does it mean?
I don't know. I
Your
have no
tag
idea.
has to like.
I'm not saying
mean
it's
something.
good. I'm
like
just
this
saying,
isn't a name,
No.
right? Gen X isn't a name. It's like it's a generation of 90s babies, I guess.
yeah, like
The Generation X.
oh, so it's kind of like this tag's a little
What? Old?
like
Yeah, it's
talking
old.
about like the people are like all moody from that generation or
Yeah,
something.
very moody
The
people.
emo.
Yeah. Dark Gen X.
Yeah.
And it's like no one listens to Nirvana
Like
that
Dark
plays Melee.
Toph. Like he had a Dark Toph period. It's like
Dark Toph was for like 2 years.
Yeah.
What was his deal?
He was dark for those periods. He was very sad and deep.
Is he happier now?
What does his Twitter say?
Toph?
Exactly. He's chill.
Okay. Either way, not a big fan.
Yeah.
Dark Gen X.
Capital D, capital G.
It's such a mouthful. Like
Is it
it's
two
kind of
words?
embarrassing to say, right? It's like you have to tell your dad at Thanksgiving, like, so what have you been doing? With your time since college and all that. You're like, oh well, I play a lot of video games. It's like, oh okay, how can I find you? It's like, well, you're Dark Gen X. It's me, Dad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Gen X alone, like Gen X alone is just weird. Like by itself, it doesn't mean anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like Atma.
It sounds like Gen X.
It's like trying to be like sort of kind of cool and gamery, but it kind of misses the mark, and it's hard to explain why. But the fact is, it's not a name. It's just a weird kind of conglomeration of letters that tries to reach something that we know, but it doesn't get there.
Yeah.
It doesn't get there.
I'm not a huge fan.
What do you give it?
Like a 2 out of 10.
I think a 2 out of 10 is pretty fair. I think it's almost not the worst. I mean, it's almost, yeah, I think that's right.
It's
not the worst, but it's close.
Yeah.
It could get there.
You got a score.
Yeah. So yeah, not a huge fan.
Not a huge fan.
2 out of 10. Sorry, Dark Gen X. Next up,
Master Dong.
So, capital D.
Yeah, so this is like another stylistic choice, the same as Dark Gen X, where they decided to keep it one word but capitalize 2 words in the one word, which I always think is weird in general.
I think this plays a lot better if it's Master Space Dong.
Does it?
Master Dong sounds like a karate teacher.
So the reason I think this needs it is because Master is like a name. What's the word for it? It's like Mister.
It's a title.
But yeah, it's a title. So that's why I think it should be 2 words as opposed to Fat Sex, which I think is fine for it to be 1 word.
Fat Sex, yeah, being 1 word was better, yeah. Yeah, this needs a space. Master Dong, it does. It implies that it's a title. This Dong person is a master of swords.
Yeah.
This is more like Master Dong sounds like a product, like an infomercial,
Master
like one of
Dong?
our sponsors.
Really? It just sounds like a master of penises to me.
To me, it's like, or it's the mastered penis.
Yeah.
Dong. Like it's the big. It's,
Like the ninja-
It's the one that unlocks all the other buttholes. I don't know.
The ninja penises, like instead of Ninja Turtles, and then instead of being like the rat boss, it's Master Dong.
The Rat Boss.
El Raton.
Rat Boss is a good
El
tag.
Raton.
El Raton.
I'll
it's like
also
Master
say,
Splinter is
what
what
if he
you're-
did lowercase d?
Lowercase d makes it kind of weird because now it's like Master Dong.
Master
like,
Dong. It'd be like, well, because Masterdin, I think is a word. Masterdin?
Master did? I don't know.
I think it's a name or something.
I don't think
Pokemon? I'm making this all up
so. Probably.
as I go along.
I don't.
Masterdin, Master Dong? Yeah.
But yeah, as it stands, it's very jokey, right? But you lose a little bit of value the longer you have it because it's like you're committed to having this joke tag for the rest of your life. So it can kind of suck.
So
One day you're gonna want to be taken seriously somehow. Like one day, let's say your parents die in a plane crash, and everyone at the local is like, "You know what happened with Master Dong? His parents died." Master Dong, really? Like you don't want that sentence to have those words, right?
yeah.
And having Dong in your tag, not having Dong in your tag is insurance with that.
I think there's 2 plays, by the way, you're getting a little feedback here. Just keep that jacket a little bit open. I think there's 2 plays here. 1, you either do Master Dong, lowercase d, and you kind of keep that Dong subtle. Okay? Or you let that red rocket ride, Master space Dong. But this is like some halvesy, make up your mind,
Yeah,
one
this
way or
isn't-
the other. Either way, though, both ceilings are pretty low. You're not going to grow up 30 points. I would put this at like, right now, a 5.
Really? I would give it a 4. I think Master Space Dong gets a 6.
So I thought it got a 6, but I think this is a 5 right now. I don't think it jumps up 2 for me.
Okay.
Just jumps up a 1, a measly 1.
Yeah.
But 1 nonetheless.
That's fair. But yeah, ultimately you're playing a low to mid tier, and you can't really achieve.
Yeah.
So next one, Iron Tool.
A lot of these capital letters in the middle of the name. I don't get it.
I feel like it's a holdover from like old gamer shit. You know, you were able to capitalize. Like I remember on BattleNet for StarCraft, this was different from Iron Tool lowercase.
Yeah, it's a good point that if you do have a space in your name, a lot of the sites when you make a username won't let you use it because you're not supposed to have spaces. So maybe that's why.
There's that. There's also like if you're trying to distinguish between the two words, but I mean we're in a new era, and it feels a bit sloppy, right? Because you have the chance to have it more clean now, and it doesn't have that sort of vintage cool gamer shit because now we're reading it without that context. So it doesn't really work anymore.
Totally drop your underscores and your no space capital letters, and it'll just be better.
Yeah.
I don't think underscores are this
it's
stylization is like,
you know, Steam is real now. It's all fine.
No one's hype on that.
Gaben saved us in a way.
Yes, and also destroyed us in a much bigger way. What about Iron T?
Iron T? I don't like it. Ironed?
What's the worst part of this? Is it the iron or the tool? Or are they both just subpar and they combine?
They're both like so on the level of mediocre.
Yeah.
Iron is a bad tag alone. Ron Tool.
Ron Tool.
If this guy's name is Ron, I like Ron Tool a lot.
I like Ron Tool a lot. What if his name's I was gonna say Iron.
Iron.
What's his name's Iron?
Tool alone is bad. Also, like what if your favorite band is Tool? Then you're just named after a band you like. Ooh.
Yeah.
Like this is too simple, right? I often use mango as like a template for a very great tag, and some people are like, well, what? That's just like a normal fruit. Like that's just normal. It's like, well, mangoes are kind of special as a fruit. They're not apples.
They're not super basic.
You know,
no, it's not mango a day.
It has a good ring to it. It's short. You can put a 0 at the end for sort of old gamer style and flair. And this is the, you know, simplicity nouns. I don't like it. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually just can't, like, usually when I look at these tags, I try to figure out a way to improve it, and I just can't see one.
Yeah, this one's rough. It has such a low ceiling, and
I think you've hit the ceiling.
Yeah, it's just bink, bink.
Just sucks that the ceiling's a 3.
Hard 3.
You hit it. You can't improve anymore.
Yeah.
So you either start from the ground floor or you're a proud 3-mans.
A lot of syllables. Iron is not a fun word to say.
Iron's a bad word.
Iron coming up.
And iron's also just like weaker.
What, like the metal?
Yeah. Iron begets steel.
Steel tool.
Steel tool.
Metal tool. I don't know. Titanium. This is just bad.
Titanium tool. Titan tool. Yeah, just dip the tool, dip the iron.
Just new tag. Just rebrand, brother.
What if you made his tag iron begets steel?
That's so lame. That's like a folk rock band.
Kind of like it. Next tag.
Teslic.
Teslic. This sounds like a character's name in, you know, the sequel series after The Legend of Korra.
Teslic. Like the return of the Airbenders.
Aang's great-great-great-great-great-grandson.
Is Aang dead in Legend of Korra?
Yeah, he's super dead.
That's fucked up.
That's why Korra's the Airbender. Because he died.
How are you gonna do that?
You know,
just bring him back alive? No.
Dysentery.
Wow.
Teslic, yeah, I think it's because there's a character called Tenzin, I believe.
Either way, you use lick in your tag, in your word, it's always going to invoke the imagery of someone's tongue. And maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe you look like Ludwig does, and you get some points out of it. Maybe you look like me, and you imagine lick. You don't want that, okay?
Just like you wouldn't want his balls anywhere around anything that you love and hold preciously. But what about, you know, say to lick in French?
Lick.
Lèche.
Lèche?
Yeah, L-E-C-H-E.
That's like
Something
milk
like that.
in Spanish.
What about Teslèche?
Teslèche? That's too weird. It's too French.
Yeah. Well, not too French.
Doesn't belong here.
Kind of just French enough.
I don't think it's too French.
Just.
Teslèche.
Like
Teslèche is too. It's too much mouth.
It's because you don't say it well.
Teslèche.
actually crushed it super well. This is really impressive.
Easy language, simple.
Anyway, I think this tag, I think it is trying to be like, it's trying to be a unique tag.
It's trying to be unique, and once again, kind of failing, right? It doesn't. Again, another tag I like to reference as succeeding and being unique and sort of fantastic in the Game of Thrones sense or whatever. Atrioc, right? This is a far cry from Atrioc.
Yeah.
Teslic does not. This does not sound like a fucking badass warrior knight.
Atrioc's shitty cousin.
Teslic is like the baker
of the family
who gets like
murdered,
stabbed,
super murdered. That's why Atrioc becomes a warrior.
Yeah.
He was part of his baking
family. No, not
family.
even. Like, Atrioc doesn't know Teslic or care.
Yeah.
He's not even involved in Teslic's life.
The grade above him.
Yeah.
He just heard
he
that
kind of
happened.
he's like, oh, that guy's a shitty name. Anyway, I'm a knight now. Right? And so, yeah, ultimately, it could use some work, but it needs a lot of work. And I don't think Tez or Lick, as the syllables operating here, really have much...
Z's just so hard, man.
Z's pretty hard. You got to really work a Z. So ultimately, I think it's a 3 out of 10.
And I kind of like the name Tenzin. I think that's it.
Tenzin.
I think that's the one from Avatar.
Tenzin. It's too tens and too many N's. It's too much like, I don't like it.
Fair enough. Yeah, you already rated this one, you said?
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10? I would say a 4. I'll go a little bit higher.
Generous day for Ludwig.
Super hate it, but I'm just not. This doesn't do much. I don't know how to fix it either because it's just some made-up name. Make it up a little zestier. Yeah. Zlick. I mean, it's so hard by itself. So
that sounds like a slur.
It is actually.
Next one.
Lymp. With a Y.
So there is a Dota player named Lymp. I believe it's Lampp.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. He is pretty good. I think he was pro for a while. I think he still is. I'm not sure. I'm not too up to date. NA player, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Zipper is confirming this. The Dota fan he is.
Yeah.
And so I never thought that was a good tag, but it's a good example of seeing what that tag looks like on like a main stage, right? This is like a high level competitor with the same tag basically, but it's LAMPP, right?
Yeah.
Does that work? When Lymp goes in for the Aegis steal or whatever, does it? Oh, it doesn't sound.
He's never the hero.
Even if he is, it's not like Dendy, right?
No, it's a far cry from Dendy. It's a far cry from Mango. It's a far cry from really any tag.
It's okay. So the imagery we're thinking of here, right? You think of Lymp, you think of Ludwig, right? Got him.
Okay. Well, I kind of think of your flaccid ball sack sitting on my bathroom counter. That's what I think of. And I think of how much I hate it, how much it sucks.
Look, man, I had to go.
How
When you
little
gotta
gets
go, you gotta
sucked.
go. And it hurt.
Got him. Yeah, I don't know. Limp's just limp. It's not like, what was that other?
It's not a positive imagery.
No,
right?
what was that? There was a tag the other day that we did that was kind of like limp. That was like just a word that just made you think of stuff that wasn't hype. It was like,
Oh, blah guy.
yeah, blah guy. It's kind of like blah. Limp's very blah.
Limp doesn't invoke anything cool. Is it a part of another word? Limp,
The Y upgrades it for sure.
lampoon, limp.
I'll say that.
I think it kind of does too, because it could be a Game of Thrones name.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, it's Master Limp. He has a.
But
he
your
has,
humble
he has
servant,
trouble downstairs.
on this day,
you know.
I have but a small pecker, but a big heart.
Oh, Lord Limp.
Well, he's definitely not a lord.
He
He only gets lordship from like seducing someone, and then what's her name? Cersei. Cersei gives it to him and then kills him probably.
I think it gets near Cersei. Either way, I'm not a fan, right? It instantly doesn't make me feel good thinking about it. It's kind of like meek, like it doesn't imply strength or power. It actually implies the opposite of that, when really your tag should be codified so that it doesn't have to imply really anything. You make your own personality through your tag, and your tag is sort of just like an add-on. But Limp is like, this is who you are if no one knows you yet. And that's what a tag should do, is give you a blank slate to let yourself come through, right? And Limp doesn't do that.
Yeah, it just starts with such a bad base. Not a good starter. Can't make good yogurt without good starter. Same goes with bread. 2 life lessons for you, Lymp. The third one, tag rating. On 3.
Okay, let's go.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Nailed it.
We're so on the same
Synchronized.
wave.
I actually think he tweeted at us or commented on the video. I think I remember now. And Lymp, he said something like, I hope they give me at least a 5.
Well,
2 away.
Hope is
A better tag. Next tag.
CornFlakes.
And keeping with the theme, this is just a thing. This is actually just like a thing.
It's the thing. So again, here we are, a sort of standard, boring breakfast item.
Yeah.
This is cornflake.
Some of you guys, blog guy, Lymp and cornflakes.
Why do they want it rated is a good question. Did they, like, because why would you do this thing, right? Like, 2 people are going to review your tag on a show. Do you want them to like it, or do you want them to not like it and kind of troll them, right? This feels like it's doing neither. And I haven't really examined the intention of people doing this.
I think
But
this
it's
I
like-
think this and most people is just this is their tag.
This is their tag, and what do you think of it,
think
right?
they just call them
I
cornflakes.
can accept that too, but it's like, what does cornflakes do for you inside, right?
What it does is it gives you a fully balanced breakfast with none of the flavor of any of the other cereals.
Hey.
Cornflakes.
What about brand shot? I think brand shot is more what we need to be pushing here.
It's not as crunchy as Brand Shot. Doesn't have as much oomph as Brand Shot. And it doesn't reach your skeletal bones as quickly as the needle that injects Brand Shot into your bones does.
Yeah, that's true. So with that said, on a principle, this will get a 0 out of 10 to keep our sponsors happy, but let's
Yes.
just say that it didn't.
Let's just say it didn't. Brand Shot, it did.
Cornflakes is like, this reminds me a lot of cinnamon apple oatmeal, who is one of my favorite human beings on the planet. I miss you so much, Steven. He was a Melee player.
Okay.
I don't think he plays anymore. But his tag was cinnamon apple oatmeal, and it fucking blows.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
bad
terrible.
tag. Yeah,
Good oatmeal though.
yeah. But like, I don't know what it is, but there's like this idea of, let me just name like a breakfast thing or a random thing. It just doesn't work. This doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't mean anything to you. It ends up meaning something just because you use it over and over, but that's not a good way to start.
No.
You know?
Forced meaning.
Forced
By
love,
repetition.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like an arranged marriage.
Just because she's there every night doesn't mean you love it.
No. You know? Maybe one day you want a different night.
Just because you wake up next to him doesn't mean he's the one.
It's true.
Just because you open your cabinet this morning and the only breakfast cereal you got is cornflakes doesn't mean when you go to the tournament that evening you say, my tag's cornflakes.
This also means that it's okay to divorce your tag.
Yeah.
It's okay to rebrand.
Oh, for
Arm
sure.
Toast, he changed his whole shit.
Yes, lukewarm toast, the tag that we rated and we played around with, is now arm toast on everything.
He's Arm Toast. He committed
Everything.
to all of it.
He switched it on Twitch, Twitter, Discord. He's arm toast through and through.
So, and that's not to say you need to take our suggestions and use it, but like, don't be afraid to just change it up. You know, for a brief time in 2016, I was going to change my tag to Big Tobacco.
Really?
Yeah.
That is terrible.
No, it's so funny.
That is so bad.
It's not too great. But it would have been really funny for a little bit. I ultimately
Yeah,
didn't
for
do
sure. It
it.
would have been funny for a day.
Also, my tag used to be Official Slime.
Really?
Yeah, do you know that?
Because a slime was taken, or?
No, it's from a song.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, I'll just be Official Slime. And it was like a fucking pain in the ass, and it was a mouthful.
Yeah, it is a mouthful.
If that was on this show, it'd be like, oh, drop Official. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Off the sticks with Ludwig and Official Slime.
doesn't that suck?
Super sucks.
Yeah.
Off the sticks with Ludwig and cornflakes. Not as bad, but it makes it sound like we're going to have a boring time with eating cornflakes.
Yeah, it's just you eating for an hour while you just talk about Melee.
So either way, this tag, it's a thing. It's bland. It's not super exciting. On 3, 1, 2, 3, 3.
2.
Okay. I'm a
2.
little higher on it because I actually didn't think it
I
sounded.
think maybe 2.5, but yeah.
Doesn't sound super bad to say.
This just means nothing to me.
No.
I hope it means something to you.
Yes.
And if not, change it. This is the only thing we can choose. We don't choose our name. We don't choose to be fucking born.
I hope there's a sick story where it's like, my mother and father were racing to the hospital, and we got stuck in traffic. The bridge broke down, and all they have in the car is a extra family-size container of cornflakes. They rip out the bag. I'm born in the cardboard box. My afterbirth is in there still to this day.
The placenta, just soaking the flakes.
CornFlakes. Coming to a top 8 near you. All right, yeah, that's CornFlakes 2.5 and 3. Next tag.
What do we got? Potion seller.
Potion cell. Okay, now this is.
It's
a
really
pun.
cute. It's so cute. All right, so
is it? It's a pun. I thought you'd hate it.
It's like, but that I'm being pejorative here. However, it's a pun that works very well. It's one of those rare puns that isn't just bullshit because it's like, hey, the word sounds like the thing.
Yeah.
Right. The word that seller is replacing is seller, as in SELLER, and it operates just as well. And it's plausible, so it's not shunted in, which is good, right? So this is a rare good pun. However, do you still want a pun as your tag? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Puns aren't good.
They're not super
Puns
hype.
puns are a waste of everything. Time, language, life.
Yeah, it's just like a very overt pun that everyone's gonna notice immediately the moment they see your tag, and then like that's the conversation starter for everything ever.
What's your tag? Another good litmus test for a tag is you're at a major. You sit down on a roto with 2 people, because fuck a 4-man, and you start playing, and he goes, oh, hey, man, what's your tag? Where are you from? I always ask that. And he's like,
I see where this is going.
Potion seller. I was like, okay. I don't
Or they say potion seller, and then you think it's seller.
Yeah, but that doesn't
You
matter.
later find out it's seller.
Ultimately, I hear that, and I think about the potion seller meme, which is a potion seller. Give
Potion
me the
seller?
strongest potions.
It's a pretty good meme.
And I don't. It is, but it's like also a meme, which means it has a shelf life.
What if it's that guy?
What?
This is the guy.
What guy?
This is the guy from Potion Seller. Like, what if this is the guy?
The meme?
Yeah, like the guy. You know, I met It's Wednesday, my dudes guy at TwitchCon.
Yeah, I heard he was there.
Yeah, I met him. We talked to him for a while.
Yeah, but like you can't really claim potion seller. That's a guy who has a phrase that's his.
No, I'm saying it's that guy.
But like this can't be that guy.
Why?
Because this isn't from like a. Unless it is. Unless I just don't know the meme.
You don't. What do you mean?
Is this from a video of a person?
Yeah, it's a video of a guy, and he has like this effect
Oh, okay.
that makes his face funny.
If it's that guy, then it's the guy.
Yeah.
But even then, why would you fuck with it with the pun? Why would you do that?
I don't know. Yeah, you probably shouldn't fuck with it.
Yeah.
People would just want you to have it.
Yeah.
It'd be really rewarding.
This
if
is
it
just like another
regular.
layer of bullshit.
Yeah,
So
for
either
sure.
way, don't like it.
Nope. Is it better than Potion Seller if it's not the guy? SE?
It's a little better, yeah. Because this is like, hey, look how clever I am. But it's also like, why are you doing this with your tag? I don't want your tag to let me know how clever you are. I want you to do that.
What about if he has people call him Posh?
Let's go,
Like
Posh.
I like Posh.
I like that a lot too. I think potion maybe. Potion lotion.
You're just having a fun time over there, huh?
Potion lotion. I think that's a pretty funny tag, but I don't think it's good. Ultimately, I don't feel it, right? It's too cutesy. Potion seller is a little too nerdy in my opinion, and it's not nerdy enough to where you've owned it. It's more of like shopkeep, right? It's kind of just like, oh, here's a trope from RPG, from fantasy, and it doesn't really do much.
Yeah, I agree. I do like saying Posh out loud though, so I'm gonna give this tag a 4 out of 10.
A 4 is really generous. I'm gonna give it a 3. Potion lotion gets a 4 because it's just so goof.
Potion lotion gets a 3 for me.
Take it or leave it.
Next tag. Chugs Life. Everyone's doing this.
Yeah, this batch had a lot of these ones.
This is almost all of them. Chugs Life.
Why would you do this? Why not Chug Life? Chug Life is the obvious pun on Thug
Yeah.
Life. It's obvious why I say it's been said and talked about and done many times before, so it's not really special. But like
You
Chug's
said
Life,
Pug Life?
huh?
You said Thug Life, right?
Thug Life,
I thought you said
yeah.
Pug Life, like a pug lover.
Another pun, right?
Okay.
And so this isn't. What is this doing? What is the S doing here? Why make it plural? It ruins the pun and makes it worse, and it's already pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not super sure. I don't super enjoy the S. It's really close to Hugs Life, which is just terrible
Hugs Life.
because it just reminds me of Hugs in his life.
Yeah, you don't want to think about that.
Never, ever do I want to ever think about that, ever. Ever,
Yeah.
to be clear.
This is bad, and Chug Life is an okay tag because it's like, oh, that guy's about partying. I can accept that.
You know
right?
what I like so much more than Chugs Life? Chugs.
Chugs.
I love Chugs.
Chugs is good.
Chugs is super hype.
Chugs sounds like a fucking bud.
Yeah. Oh, Chugs is like fucking ride or die.
Yeah.
Always popping your, like, he's the kind of guy, you're about a shotgun, he pops it, gives it to you, pops.
Yeah.
He has him ready.
He's got you, yeah. He's your
Chugs.
co-pilot. You want Chugs in the hotel room.
Yeah, oh, if I could crash, I would love to crash.
Love crashing with
God,
Chugs.
Chugs, what are you doing at EVO this year? Trying to crash.
Dude, Chugs is going to come around. Yeah. I love that
All
dude.
right, I'm rolling through.
Yeah.
I'm rolling through.
Yeah.
I am going to the David Chong Weekly if Chugs is showing
If
up.
Chugs goes, I'll go.
I'll go. But if Chugs Life goes, I'm all right. I'm staying home today.
I'm good.
No, thank you.
I'll just chill. I'll just go to sleep.
And if Chug Life is going, it's like,
It could be. It's like a coin flip.
Okay.
Chug Life might be fun.
is his brother Chugs going?
Yeah, if Chugs is there. I mean, if he brings Chugs.
Wow, I actually love Chugs.
Yeah.
So much. It's like an 8.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's simple. It's unique enough to you can own it.
It is pretty
It
unique.
implies a lot of fun. And if you're sick, you're that guy named Chugs is really doing it to him.
Yeah, if you're a cool person in Chugs Life, just go by Chugs.
Oof.
If you're not a cool person,
Chugs will help you.
don't doubt yourself. You probably are.
You probably are, and Chugs will help you get there.
Yeah.
But this tag right now is not working.
No. Chug Life is better, Chugs is way better, and Chugs Life is a
2
3.
out of 10. It's a 2.
I'm a
This
little
is
generous
such
today.
a shit batch.
Well,
I want
it's only a 3 because you can still call them Chugs.
That's 3. Yeah, good point.
So,
All right. Next one. Please give me a 5 at
yeah,
least.
give me a payday. So we're not going to get a 5, huh?
This is ironically one that should be one word.
Yeah, the only one of the batch.
One word and lower
But for some reason, it
lowercase
was
d.
payday.
Payday. Maybe his name's Day. That would be so bad.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this tag.
It should be one word and it should have a lowercase d. Payday, it makes you sort of spread it out just a millisecond in your mind, and that shouldn't
Yeah.
be that way. Payday is a very honest and fun phrase to say. I need Payday versus Mango. Payday's kind of cool. It's actually
Payday
kind of
is
cool
actually
gamer.
kinda cool.
Like, it's simple, it's clean, it flows well, and it can fit into a lot of niches.
And payday doesn't super do that.
Payday is just, it's like very literal.
Yeah.
You don't want to be literal here.
This is the day of payment.
No tag should be literal.
Today.
Fat sex isn't supposed to be fat sex.
No.
It's fat sex, an allusion to it. ALLUISON.
And payday, splitting it up,
SION.
clunky, makes you read over it if you're just super quick reading. Like if you're about to go, our next match is
Payday.
Amaranth versus Payday.
Amaranth.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
But if it's Amaranth versus Payday, it's like,
Oh, Payday. I like this guy.
Yeah,
Like
I'm-
you're just naturally default to saying Payday, so you shouldn't just take the friction out of there.
take the friction out. Take the friction out. I think you're working with a decent tag, maybe even a 6.
Payday is a 4.
Yeah.
Payday, one word, lowercase d is a 6.
I agree, 100%. It's super 6 if it's Payday. Payday is definitely a 4, maybe even a 3, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not super hype on it.
Depending on how, if I've had my coffee on the commentary schedule.
Yeah.
So,
Do we have another one?
next up. No, we don't.
Wow, there it is.
So
All right.
that's it. Guys, thank you so much. That was 4 weeks worth of tags.
Yes.
Thank you for supporting the Big House. Thank you for supporting Off the Sticks.
Yeah, appreciate it so much. It was actually really cool how we sold out like super immediately, and we actually got to reopen for more, and I think we almost sold out of that as well.
We didn't get to reopen for more.
Yeah, we did.
No.
We had, what do you mean? Like
We
we had
didn't.
25 and we sold out
Oh,
of them.
yeah. So the third time we didn't get to, but the second time we did.
Yeah.
So we upped the cap and people, and that was really cool.
It also gave us content when there were literally no tournaments for a while.
It was kind of hard
It was very hard.
doing our job for us. So this is your tax dollars at work.
Yeah.
Also, we also got to change the life of a young man named Arm Toast.
Yeah. This was, at the end of the day, if it wasn't entertaining for anyone, one young man came out, changed. For the better.
Go Arm Toast. Yes. But yeah, thanks for running through it with us.
Question
That was
for you.
Rate My Tag Volume 4. What?
I want you to rate one more tag.
Go for it.
Ludwig.
All right. If it's your name, your tag is Ludwig. I see this. I assume it's just your name. Ultimately, I think that's pretty lazy to just have your name as your tag, even if it is something that's not very common, like Ludwig. I think Ludwig is an ugly word. There's a G, there's an L, there's a D, there's a W. It's too much, right? There's too much going on there, and it doesn't feel good to say. I really like Lud. Lud's a fun word to say.
Big Lud.
Big Lud. Let's go, Lud. That's what we literally say at tournaments. We don't say,
Lude.
Let's go, Lude. There's a lot of modification that can be done there, but to use it as your default tag makes it kind of a pain in the ass, and I don't like it. I also don't like the idea of using it as your Twitch name and your social and all. Ludwig Ogren. It's just your name. You think you're that sick? You think you're just so unique, it's like, oh, I'll just use my name. It's lazy, right? The whole sort of idea about gaming and the whole thing is you make your own destiny, right? You're implying that your destiny is already so good that I guess I'm doing this already. And that feels like shit, and it feels like you don't care, and it feels rushed, and it doesn't make me feel good that you're just using your name. I don't care how unique it is.
So you like it then?
Lud, knowing your tag is Ludwig, is a 7. Ludwig itself, knowing your tag is...
It's a 7, I heard it.
It's just... It's
7.
like... It's a 4 because it's functional, but it's ultimately, it doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like worms, Ludwig. It
Yeah.
sounds like an alien creature.
I would actually super hate if a tag sounded like an alien creature, and if it sounded like that, I would rank it a 2 right off the bat.
Please,
Do you want to ask me anything?
Go ahead.
Slime sounds like an alien creature. I would rank it a 2 out of 10.
Be honest.
Slime's a good tag. What do you want from me?
know,
It's
it
a
is.
fucking good tag. Let's go, Slime. I don't like calling you Slime, though, because it's super unhuman. So I don't like cheering for you as Slime. It's not like Chugs. It's not even like Mango, because it just makes you some foreign body of substance that's a slime.
It does kind of force you into the idea of like saying something that's gross.
Yeah. You super bank on the fact that Nickelodeon was...
Your bed is so comfortable, by the way. You sleep like a baby every night.
Zipper, you watch yourself. You want to live moss on my dime every single night? You gotta back me up. Slime
Those are 3 cheesy potatoes.
really banks off the fact that Nickelodeon was poppin' and they had Slime Time, and that was like a positive connection for it. And everyone was chill getting slime, and all these celebrities would chill with it. And I think if that didn't exist, and slime was just this icky gooey, and it was pretty much just goo, like your tag would just be goo.
Well, there's a player in SoCal named Goo who has beat me at the Arcadian with Ganon, and that pissed me off. He's really good.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Goo. But yeah, there's also Goo. It was just funny because we played together. Or
Yeah.
we played against each other. Well, there's also another meaning that goes along here. Slime is East Coast street slang for like your buddy, your friend. What's up, Slime? So that's actually what I got it from.
Are you from Tatooine?
No, it's New York.
Is it?
Yeah.
From New Hampshire.
Well,
How's it going, buddy?
it's going, guy.
Hey, champ.
So there's
Yeah.
also like there's this a street element which
Okay.
I get to appropriate gang culture, which is always fun.
Do not get to do that.
I just did with my tag.
Okay.
I mean, or you can call me Slat. That's that new shit.
Really don't want to do that. Either way, Slime probably a 7. And without Nickelodeon, it is a 1. Dog shit bad.
Yeah, but guess what? Nickelodeon does exist, bitch. What if I just got Slime right now? That'd be so sick.
Oh, wow, that would be so hype. Actually, Super could do it too. Okay, and that's all from the tag rating. I just have one more brief thing to talk about.
Take it away, Ludwig.
Life is full of luck. And a lot of the time, you can try to swing things in your favor as best you can, but end of the day, luck will determine a lot of your fate. So it doesn't matter the preparation you do, doesn't matter how big of an underdog or how big of a favorite you are, luck might just ruin it or win it for you. So I just want to say, I'm not referring to anything in specific, but if you lose to a 10% chance freeze in game 2 versus another person shorter than you, uglier, that's just luck, and it's okay, and it happens. It's just luck, and you can get over it, and it's not that big of a deal, okay? And then if the next game you get a critical hit, which is a 6% chance, and you lose because the guy's anger point or multiplies the attack by 4, and then he sweeps your entire team, that's just luck, and it's not your fault. and I'm not talking about anything specific, it's not your fault, and you don't have to pay out $100. It's not a big deal. And you will get them next time after Kanto region. And you should be proud of the fact that you are taller than them, that you spend less time on your hair than them, and really just the fact that you have more subs than them. So not talking about anything specific, that's all I want to talk about, that's it, no one specific at all. Fuck you, Hugs. That's all from us at Off the Sticks. We will see you next week. Sorry we didn't get to have our super heated debate.
You know what? One day we'll get to it because peanut butter is ultimately a solid. So.
Super liquid. It is super liquid, and I can't wait for the debate because I have so much knowledge. You don't even know.
Well, and you're
it is so liquid.
Stupid dumbass. So
liquid like slime. Yeah. Slime time. Drop it, Zipper. I'm actually really upset about the balls thing, and I want to talk about that.